Hey friends! Last week we learned about fact and opinion, and we did some activities about a butterfly, and we took the statements and we labeled them as fact or opinion. We learned that a fact is something that's true and can be proven to be true. No matter where we look, we're going to find that same information, or we could even observe and find that out for ourselves. An opinion is just what we believe, a way we feel about something, a way of thinking. If we say that it's the best or our favorite, that's an opinion. It's not right or wrong, it's just the way that we feel. Today, we're going to be reading our U of E, and then following the book, we're going to do an activity on facts and opinions about bees. We're going to have statements about facts and opinions, and I'm going to label them as a fact or label the statement as an opinion. But first, we're going to read the book, Are You a Bee? I love the way the author kind of organizes this book. The author of this book actually has a series, and there's Are You a Bee? Are You a Ladybug? Are You a Fly? Are You a Grasshopper? It's a whole series, and the author writes it with lots of asking, well, if you were, then this. If you're not, then this. Here we go. Are you a bee? Are you a bee? Perhaps you are a honeybee. If so, your mother is a queen. She looks like this, and she lays eggs. Your life began inside one of her eggs. When you hatch, you are not a pretty sight. You are a larva. Oh, larva is a stage in the life cycle of a bee. Your older sisters bring food. Eat it and grow. Grow until you fill your cell. One of your older sisters puts a wax ceiling on your cell. Inside your closed cell, you change a lot. Oh, just like, a caterpillar will change a lot inside their chrysalis. We're making a connection. Here we are again. Another connection. When you are ready, chew a hole in the ceiling and climb out. Now you look like a bee. Wow! I just thought of something. There's our word again. Metamorphosis. You have a hairy body with stripes, 6 legs and 4 wings. You have 2 feelers on your head. You have a stinger. You are not alone. You have a few hundred brothers and thousands of sisters. You live in a nest built by your older sisters. Your nest might be in a hollow tree. It might hang down from a tree branch. Most likely, it will be inside a hive. When I think about a bee's nest, I think of a hive. Your brothers are drones. They don't do much. You and your sisters are workers. You do everything. You clean the nest, feed the larvae, take care of the queen, and build new cells. Do you see this word? Right here. Larvae. That's an interesting word. It's actually the plural of larva. We don't say larvas. We say larvae when there's more than one. You fan the nest with your wings to cool it in the summer. You guard the nest to keep out strange bees. Busy, busy, busy. Leave the nest to fetch food from flowers. How will you know where to look? Your sisters will make up a dance to tell you. Watch the dance carefully. Don't worry, you'll understand it. You're a bee. There's sweet liquid in flowers. It's called nectar, and it's hidden deep inside. This is not a problem. You have a long tongue. You can reach it. You also have a special stomach to carry it in. You'll get pollen dust all over you. Scrape it off with your front legs and put it in the pollen baskets on your back legs. Wow, that's cool. I've never learned that fact before. This is new information. I'm going to add it up here to my files. You know, my schema. When you get home, your sisters will help you put the nectar and the pollen into storage cells. Mix some of the nectar with pollen to make bee bread. Leave the rest of the nectar to turn into honey. Bee bread is good to eat, so is honey. If you find a new patch of flowers, be sure to tell your sisters. How? Well, dance, of course. More eggs to hatch, more larvae turn into bees. The nest gets very crowded. What will happen next? The old queen, your mother, leaves. She takes you and a lot of your sisters with her. Deep in the nest, a royal larva is hatching. A royal larva, one, is hatching. She is in a different kind of cell, and she is fed rich food called royal jelly. When she becomes a bee, she is a young queen. She flies away and finds some drones from another nest so that she can lay her eggs. When she flies home again, she will be the new queen. And I bet I know what she's going to do. I predict she's going to lay some eggs. Fly with your sisters. Follow the old queen. Stay together. You are a part of a swarm. When the queen stops, swarm around her. Now you must build a new nest. But where? Maybe the queen will send scout bees to find a good place. Or maybe a beekeeper will find you and take you all to an empty hive. Why is the beekeeper dressed like this? In case you get fluttered and try to sting. However, if your mother looks a little like this, or this, or this, you are not a bee. A human child. You do not have a hairy body with stripes on it. You do not have a long tongue. You do not have a stinger. It's very unlikely that you have hundreds of brothers and thousands of sisters. But you can do a lot of things that a bee can't do. You can still eat bread and honey, but you'll never have to fetch your food from flowers. Best of all, you don't have to be a busy all day long. Okay, so on this page, it's all about the facts. So it's, did you know? Bees are happy to live in a hive because the beekeeper has already built parts of the nest for them. If bees live in a hollow tree, they have to build the whole nest themselves. A worker bee can sting only once. Then it dies, but a queen bee can sting many times. Bees carry pollen from flower to flower on their furry bodies. The pollen from one flower rubs off onto the others and makes seeds, which will grow into new plants. The average worker bee makes 1.5 teaspoons of honey in her lifetime. That's a lot of honey. All right, that's the end of the book. Now we're going to have some facts and opinions about bees. 7 different statements. Some of them are facts and some of them are opinions. Now, remember, a fact is a statement that is
proven to be true. And an opinion is just the way somebody feels about something. It's neither right nor wrong. So remember that as we go through and we label these as fact or opinion. All right, the first one's done for us, but it's a good example for us to kind of talk about. And it says, bees are hard workers. They collect food for the colony. Well, I definitely read that in the text. If I read another book about bees, I would find that same information. If I visited the zoo, I would probably find that same information. I know that at Asheboro Zoo in North Carolina, they have a bee exhibit, so I probably would find that. Bees live together in colonies called hives. We definitely read that in our book. Are you a bee? We read it. So I think we can label this as number 2 as a fact. Each bee has a job to do. Some bees make honey. Oh yeah, we did. We read that in our book. Are you a bee? We read all about the different jobs that bees do. Some make honey. Some bring back things for others. So we're going to label this as a fact. Number 4. I think making honey would be the best job in the hive. Okay, so this statement says, I think. That's a clue that this statement is an opinion. Whenever it's about I think, or I believe, or I feel, we know it's an opinion. It's the way someone thinks. So I'm going to write for number 4, opinion. Honey is delicious to eat. I like that. It is so sweet. Okay. So in this statement, it says, I like. I like is a hint that this is an opinion. And it also says, honey is delicious to eat. Well, some people might not think that honey is delicious. They might think that it's tart. They might think that it's too sticky to eat. We're going to label number 5 as opinion. Bees fly around from flower to flower. Oh yeah, we did. We read that in our book, Are You a Bee? We read that. We could even go outside and watch bees, and we would probably see that. So what we're going to do is label number 6 as a fact. Number 7. Don't touch a bee. They will sting you if they are afraid. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Don't touch a bee. They will sting you if they are afraid. I'm going to label it as opinion, and I'm going to tell you why. When somebody tells you what to do or what not to do, it's kind of an opinion. They're believing that if you touch it, it's going to sting you. And I'm going to kind of share with you a little bit of my background knowledge on this. One time in the summer, years ago, I saw someone who continuously picked up bees. They picked up bees. So I don't think that person believed that it would sting him. So that's why I'm labeling this one as an opinion. Okay, friends, that was a good review for fact or opinion. Remember, a fact can be proven. An opinion is a way someone feels, and it's neither right nor wrong. We'll see you tomorrow as we start learning about the reading strategy, monitor, and clarify. Bye-bye.